about Earth Day, then what planet have you been on?
Oh dear.
Did you see what I did there?
Lauren.
Yes.
It's a truly bad joke for so early in the show. It might turn people away. Please don't. Please stay with us. I'm Nicole Goodman.
I'm Lauren Mishcon, and this is Self-Care Club. Earth Day is an annual event celebrated on April the 22nd to demonstrate support for environmental protection. First held on the 22nd of April in 1970, it now includes a wide range of events coordinated globally by earthday.org. The official theme for 2023 is Invest in Our Planet.
Earth Day is widely recognised as the largest secular observance in the world, marked by more than 1 billion people every year in more than 193 countries as a day of action to change human behaviour and create global, national and local policy changes.
So for this special episode, we wanted to focus on just one aspect of concern, pollution, and as always, to bring it back to you and to your self-care. Outdoor air pollution is responsible for around 40,000 deaths in the UK each year, according to a new report by the Royal College of Physicians. It's a scary headline number. However, just as significantly, this is also one of the first reports to recognise how important indoor air quality is to our health. After all, we spend around 90% of our time inside, whether it's at home, at work or commuting.
Sad that.
Very. Really sad.
It's got to be only in the UK that we
Surely,
do
not in Australia. You're not spending 90% of your time inside. You
Yeah.
can't be.
that. Or in California.
No. God, that's a big statistic, isn't it?
Indoor air pollution is not a new phenomenon. Since the dawn of history, humans have burnt wood, peat or coal to produce heat. The walls of caves inhabited millennia ago are covered with layers of soot, and mummified bodies from the Stone Ages often have blackened lungs.
They didn't even have cigarettes back then.
Wow.
The World Health Organization estimates around 99,000 deaths a year in Europe are from indoor pollution. Assuming that these deaths are equally distributed across Europe, one would expect around 9,000 deaths in the UK.
Jesus.
I know.
That is a lot.
It's appalling. And whilst there is legislation to reduce exposure to pollutants in the workplace, as well as tobacco smoking legislation that now prohibits smoking in public spaces, it's extremely unlikely that any government would try and impose air quality standards in private homes. So why are modern homes so polluted?
Well, a typical home has lots of different sources of pollution: heating, cooking, cleaning, smoking, perfumes and furnishings.
Yeah.
Furnishings, really?
Yeah, new couches and some types of
Oh,
flooring have
God.
really nasty chemicals in them.
And they also come in that big thick plastic,
Yeah.
don't they? Even just moving about stirs up particles. Energy efficiency in buildings means more airtight homes, which could have an adverse effect on indoor air quality. The air inside your home may already contain all sorts of unwanted stuff, and many of your household items can increase indoor air pollution in your house.
So
Jeez.
what are these items and what changes can you make to minimise their effects on your health? Well, firstly, there's gas stoves, open fireplaces and candles. I did not know this about
No, I
candles
didn't either.
until I did this show. Any fuel burning process produces carbon monoxide, which is an odourless, colourless, deadly gas. And this pollution can cause flu-like symptoms, dizziness, fatigue and impaired vision.
I thought it was better to use gas stoves.
So did I.
I guess it depends on what you're talking about. You know, there's going to be some that say it's better and some that say it's worse.
You don't have an open fireplace in your house, do you?
No,
I
we
don't
did in our
either.
old house.
I don't either. But obviously...
But also I thought that was better for energy and efficiency and to heat your home in a way that's more natural.
I think I know a lot less about this than I should, on the whole. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah. Try to minimise or avoid using candles altogether. That seems a shame.
I know.
That's a shame. Especially when candles are so attached to self-care.
I know.
Every time someone thinks of not every time, but usually when someone thinks of self-care, they do think of lighting a candle.
In a bubble bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those days are gone. We're here to tell you,
That's
clubbers.
it. Get an electric candle, battery operated only.
You would never get an electric candle. It's like you getting a fake plant.
I actually had a set of electric candles that I took to births because you're obviously not allowed a naked flame in a hospital room. So I used to use those.
Did it help? Did it help bring a sense of calm?
I think so. I mean, they are quite pretty. I wouldn't have them in my house, but for like a labour ward, they can do with some jazzing up.
They really could. Even a fake plant would help in a labour
so
ward.
true.
Ventilate your house regularly. Install a carbon monoxide detector.
Yes.
As this silent killer leads to around 40 deaths each year in the UK. Jesus Christ.
I actually checked my detector.
Do you have one?
Absolutely.
Do I have one?
I am absolutely sure you have one. It's like a little white box, like a smoke alarm, but it's specially for carbon monoxide.
Where is it? Where does it sit?
Well, mine is loose. I have it up on a very high shelf.
Right.
And it beeps if there was to be a carbon monoxide leak.
But most houses would have one. Is that what you're saying?
Very much so. And if you don't, I believe you can get one from the fire brigade. You know how they come and check your smoke alarms?
Oh, yeah.
We should have done that for the show.
We must have done that when we did the house.
Of course you did. You'll have one in your kitchen.
You can use an extraction fan and you can open a window.
You can always open a window.
Always open a window or a door.
Yeah. Cleaning products.
Oh, dear.
They are a horror.
So try the many natural alternatives available or stick to the good old-fashioned white wine, vinegar and baking soda and citrus fruit and essential oils.
You can make all sorts of things.
You can, but it's unlikely.
But people do it and they love it.
Yeah.
What about my microwave cleaning tip the other week?
That was absolutely great.
Bowl, water,
Lemon.
cut in half, put in microwave, turn on for 10 minutes. Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt.
Thing is, whilst we're doing this show,
Yeah.
maybe we should be using the microwave.
Well, I'm just cleaning the microwave with non-toxic chemicals.
I also put it in the oven.
And?
I put it in for 10 minutes. It was great. Did the same thing.
See, that was natural cleaning.
Yeah.
Brilliant tip.
That was a brilliant tip.
Thanks.
My cousin also
Yeah.
gave me another tip.
Yeah.
But it's not natural.
Oh.
Am I allowed to use it?
Well, not on this show.
Well, it's a life hack.
Go
though.
on.
It's brilliant. You're going to say, I use that all the time. Actually, I probably shouldn't use it because it's not very sustainable.
Then you can't use it on Earth Day.
Okay.
Save it for another show.
Okay, I will. But it's a good one.
Okay. Hand sanitizers and disinfectant wipes. We all got obsessed with that hand sanitizer stuff during COVID.
Yes.
They contain VOCs, which are potentially hazardous compounds.
So you can use soap. It's just as good at keeping germs and viruses away, and it is much safer for you.
Yes. And also, this is the thing about washing your hands. The drying part is also very important.
Yes, I would imagine
It
it
is
is.
not just the washing.
Why? Because the bacteria can live on wet hands
Yes.
easier than dry.
Yes. Dry thoroughly. That
See,
is
I know more than I think.
Air fresheners.
Ooh.
They can cause more harm than good. They emit a combination of harmful VOCs, mostly thanks to their scent composition.
So basically avoid them, use essential oils, or just open a window.
I feel like open a window is going to be a top tip for this show.
I don't have a window in my downstairs toilet, neither do you.
I don't, but I also cannot stand air fresheners.
Neither can I.
They are repulsive.
They are repulsive because it basically just smells like poo but covered up.
Yes, just
like fragrant poo.
Flower poo.
It's like, right, I know you've done a poo, but it just smells
No,
like air
you've just
freshener.
covered it up with an air freshener
yeah.
smell.
It's not making-
actually worse than the poo.
Yeah.
Totally.
I totally agree.
But I also hate them in like hallways. You know, people who have the plug-in. They make
this
me,
sort
like,
of
funny
stuff
in the
gives me a
throat.
headache.
Yeah.
So anything very like fragrancy,
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
We used to have these family friends who, I don't know what it was, but they were obsessed with the plug-in air fresheners. It was in the hallway, in the like every room. And the kids, if ever they get a whiff of one anywhere, they always go, "Oh my God, it smells like that person's house."
Yeah.
Because it was just clogging your...
Yeah,
yuck.
it feels very stuffy.
Yeah,
doesn't
I
it?
hate them. Okay, mold.
Oh.
Mold. It's an
You know what, clubbers? If you ever thought that this was a glamorous job, now you know that really it is not.
Do you know how bad mold is for you?
Do you think that when we first started and we had that initial meeting of starting a self-care podcast,
Yeah.
I remember you were in the car, I was at home, we were on the phone.
Yeah.
Did you think it would ever get to mold?
Mold and mildew. Well, it's there. We're here. It can cause asthma, allergies, respiratory infections, and it grows in damp and humid environments, e.g., or i.e. in your home, your bathroom.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So if you are unwell, if you've got a weakened immune system or you suffer from asthma or allergies, mold exposure can actually cause serious infections. So Guess what the tip is?
Open a window.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Do you not ever go into the bathroom when the kids have been in there and it's full of steam and they just haven't thought to open a window? Every day I have to do that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to do that.
Oh,
I actually don't go into my kids' bathroom.
okay. I mean, in the morning it's fine because they have cold showers, but in the evenings I've got to go in and ventilate that room.
Well, aren't you a good mummy?
Yeah, because otherwise they're going to get mold and mildew.
Now, there's the last few tips.
Yes.
Use a doormat to
Yes.
prevent dirt from entering into your home. And you can ask people to take their shoes off when they visit you. I don't do that. Do you do that?
People seem to do it automatically in my house, which is weird because I don't have carpet downstairs, but they do it anyway. I think it's subliminal because there's a basket of shoes as you come in the front door. So I think people are like, oh, okay, shoes go there.
Do I do it in your house?
Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But I really like the Japanese thing where as soon as you come in, you take your shoes off and you put your house shoes on and the house shoes never leave the house.
My brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they lived in Hong Kong for many years.
Yes.
And so it's part of their culture and
Absolutely.
custom to take your shoes off. So you just do. Even if they were throwing a big party at the house, you would always take your shoes off before you walk in.
That's where I draw the line. If it's an evening and it's a party and I'm in heels, I don't want to take them off and walk around barefoot in an evening dress.
It ruins the outfit.
If I'm going around to someone's house for whatever other reason, I really don't care and I'm very happy to take my shoes off.
A lot of people do ask if they want me to take their shoes, if I want them to take their shoes off. I don't. Maybe I'll change my
But
answer
you know
now.
what? When I was looking into this, the amount of like stuff and on your floors from outside. Think about it. People are on the tube.
Yeah.
People are in airports.
Yeah.
People are everywhere with their shoes, and they're walking it in your home.
Disgusting.
And then you pad down in the morning in your bare feet, and it's the same. Bleh.
It is disgusting.
It's disgusting. Yeah, it's disgusting. Okay. Also, get some house plants.
Not fake ones.
And I'm not telling myself this because I have 27 at current count.
You counted them.
Yeah.
Why?
I just wanted to know one day how many I had. I think it's when we were doing
When
gardening.
I was away and you were bored.
No,
you must have been bored. I was away.
No.
You were missing me.
No.
You were crying into your pillow, and I
crying.
need to pass the hours.
I was watering.
I'm going to count my plants, and the more I count my plants, the quicker she'll be home.
No, what I did was I cried my sad tears into the plant pots to water them.
Oh,
Yeah. That
Did
was
it
what
help?
I did.
Are
All
they all
27
blossoming
of
now?
them. Yeah, no, because they're salty tears. So
27.
Yeah.
We did gardening 3 years ago.
they've still got the same plants.
All of them.
Yes, maybe
Have you?
one or two, but then I replace if the one dies. Yeah. But they're very good. They reduce indoor pollutants and they purify the air and they absorb contaminants and they release oxygen and they reduce levels of formaldehyde in the home and they increase humidity. They are brilliant.
I have recently put a plant in my office,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes me very happy every time I look at it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Every time.
I rescued a plant from my neighbour's windowsill. He died, unfortunately. And I went in and I've adopted this plant that was on his windowsill that was he was very old and he had neglected it. And it was a very sad looking thing. And now it is basically a tree in my kitchen.
That's so great.
It is huge. And I always call it Michael's plant.
Oh.
And it's grown me babies. And every time it grows me a new baby leaf, I say, thank you for the new baby. And I've nurtured it for the last 2.5 years and it is thriving in my home. And it's like a little bit of him that I keep.
That is so cute.
I love it.
Love that story. Okay. So we've now tackled all of those pollutants.
Yes.
What about the other ones that you can't see that may not be so great for our health?
Well, there's your mobile phone, your
Yeah.
laptop,
Yeah.
your Wi-Fi router,
Oh.
your smart meter,
Oh,
radio and TV signals, satellite,
dear.
power lines. We can't do a lot
Shit.
about those. All of those things produce waves of energy called electromagnetic fields, or EMF for short. They are invisible to the naked eye, but they is everywhere.
So electromagnetic fields are frequencies of energy that exist on a spectrum from low to high energy. The Earth and Sun naturally produce EMFs, as do man-made devices like mobile phones. Low frequency, low energy fields produce non-ionizing radiation, which is safe for human exposure and accounts for the bulk of radiation people are exposed to.
Yes, so there are also high frequency waves that are strong enough to cause damage, and they're known carcinogens, and those are X-rays and UV light, which is obviously why they're very, very careful with you when you have an X-ray or you have your teeth X-rayed at the dentist that leave the room, and why we protect ourselves from UV light.
Yeah.
So whilst experts assure us that low frequency, low energy EMFs aren't harmful, more research is needed to better understand it. There is a growing body of research that indicates that EMFs may impact human health in a number of ways. They might be invisible, but it doesn't mean that our bodies are not potentially affected by them. Their cumulative effect might be similar to that of pollution or toxin exposure. So the body can deal with the effects up to a certain threshold, but past that, it can cause a collection of symptoms that we notice, which is known as electrosensitivity.
Sensitivity to EMF has been given the general name electromagnetic hypersensitivity, or EHS. It can present in dozens of different signs and symptoms and can affect individuals differently depending on their own level of sensitivity. Symptoms include headaches. I get headaches all the time. Fatigue, stress, skin symptoms like prickling, burning sensations and rashes, difficulty concentrating, nausea, changes in heart rhythm, dizziness, muscle aches, changes in mood and depression. And some studies have shown that the exposure to EMF may also negatively impact natural circadian rhythm function, interfering with quality sleep.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of symptoms, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think anyone would have one or two of those.
Or like 6 or 7 of those.
I was being polite.
So whilst the argument against EMFs isn't irrefutable, it shouldn't be completely dismissed. Although it's unlikely it's the cause of serious illness, for some people it might play a role. So here are our tips on how to reduce it.
Turn off devices when they're not in use. This goes for tablets, computers and any other smart device.
Do you do that?
No. Do you?
Yes. And I turn off all the plug sockets at night for the
Do you?
TVs. Yup. Yes, I do. At the wall. Yeah.
Doesn't it take ages to go to bed?
Flick, 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 flick all the way up the stairs. I just do it as a habit now.
Fuck, I don't do that at all.
Turn off your Wi-Fi router at night.
Do you do that?
I don't do that. Do you?
No, of course I don't. So leave devices out of the bedroom. You can do that.
Yep.
You do that?
I have been doing it this week.
Yep, me too. In addition to limiting EMF exposure, which can interfere with sleep, a reduction in blue light exposure will promote normal melatonin production. Plus, couples who limit devices in the bedroom have been shown to sleep better and even report better satisfaction with their sex life. I mean, that makes total sense.
It's a complete no-brainer.
Yeah, because rather than being on your phone, you're together.
Yeah.
And when you're together, you're more likely to have sex.
Correct.
Yeah.
Don't carry your mobile on your person. Increasing the distance between EMF and your body reduces your exposure.
What does that mean, on your person?
You know what really upsets me? When I see women carrying their mobile phone in their bra, I actually want to like rip it out. You know, they pop it, if they're wearing a vest top, they like pop it down into the front of their bra. It makes me feel hysterical because I really worry about that. I don't think having a mobile phone sitting on your breast tissue can possibly be sensible. And I do know a gentleman who carried his mobile phone in his back pocket, always, and he actually had a tumour in his buttock. And, you know, that sort of stuff, I'm like, no, just don't carry it. Carry it in a handbag at least, but don't stick it like on your skin.
On your body.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
The more devices you have connected to Wi-Fi in the home, the more EMF your family will be exposed to. This includes refrigerators. Well, you can't turn those off. Small appliances that can be controlled through an app, and wireless devices that can lock your door remotely.
No, they mean like fridges that are controlled by Wi-Fi. You know, the ones that tell you when milk's running out. I mean, I don't have one of those.
I don't have one of those, and I also wouldn't want to have to manage that.
No, it's like being nagged by someone else.
Exactly.
You've got no orange juice. Shut up.
Like, fuck off. Then go to the shop and go and buy some.
Go and walk your metal self to the...
It's not difficult, is it? You know? No, I know we've run out of crisps, but you will cope for the 3 hours that they're not in the house.
I don't want to be nagged by my fridge or freezer. That would really wind me up.
I'm already being nagged by my Apple Watch.
Yeah.
It told me whilst I was on holiday I wasn't closing my exercise rings. Like, fuck off. Let me rest. Let me have a holiday. Do you want to piss off? It doesn't ever let you have a day off without having to feel guilty about it.
That's why I will not have one. I also can't bear
that
the
is
thought
not
of
why
being
you
told.
will not have one.
I don't want an Apple Watch because I don't want to be told. I don't want to have to see every message, every text, everything all the time.
No,
Sometimes I want to not see it.
I understand that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
when I said about the being told the exercise
Oh,
routine,
no, that bit would not bother me.
thank you.
Not
That's
at all.
and also your Apple Watch wouldn't be hooked up to that part of it.
No. Would it not? No, it wouldn't be. No, definitely not. So you could also try a gadget that we were given specifically for this reason called Somavedic. It's a frequency therapy device which combines holistic Eastern wellness approaches with innovative Western technology. It's not a medical device and it's not intended to diagnose, treat, cure or prevent any disease. The Somavedic also doesn't block EMFs. They only protect the body's cells against the negative effects of EMF, and they don't disrupt the operation of any of your digital or electronic products or services.
The Somavedic works on the principle of a controlled release of energy from minerals and precious metals. Precious metals amplify the electromagnetic frequencies of gemstones and create a natural energy field that harmonizes the surrounding environment. It creates a coherent, life-supporting field within a radius of 100 feet, that's 30 meters, in all directions, providing a 360-degree harmonization, and it can penetrate through walls and floors.
Like Spider-Man. The Somavedic calms the parasympathetic nervous system, and it's also known to improve sleep, energy levels and hydration while supporting the body's natural regenerative process. Two of the models, the Amber and the Vedic, can structure or harmonise any tap or bottled water in 10 to 15 minutes. And the water structured by the Somavedic provides water in its most natural state, just as nature intended. You can harness the benefits just by placing your water bottle next to the Somavedic device.
Scientific studies show that the Somavedic improves cell regeneration, heart rate variability, HRV, and blood pressure while lowering free radicals. On their website, they have 2 representative studies. You simply plug in the device anywhere in your home in order for it to do its thing. And we have both been using the best-selling Vedic model that we were gifted to use in our homes.